Introducing our new rental program. So let me ask you a question. How much do you think on average the average family spends every single month to purchase bottled water? Well, if you said $150 a month, you're absolutely right. So the average family of 4 is going to spend $150 to drink bottled water. So what we've done is we've said, well, you're going to spend that money anyways. You might as well rent our product here and give yourself a better benefit when you're drinking water anyways. So let me go through the program a little bit for you, but first I want to talk a little bit more about what this plastic is doing to our bodies. You might not be aware, but plastic is a contaminant. It's a chemical, it's a toxin. It is known as a carcinogen. It causes cancer. And you put water in it, and what do you think is going to happen? Water is a solvent and a scavenger. You put water in it, it sits in there, and it starts to leach the plastic right out of itself into the water. And now guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna drink it. And some of these waters have been on the shelf, a week or 2, others months, some even years. And all that time it's sitting in there and it's getting heated up as well along the way. Who knows where it came from? Came from Fiji? Oh, wonderful. It had a long boat ride to get to the US. And it's more expensive, so not everybody buys it. So now you're drinking a lot of plastic water. So in the body, what that does, it tells the body, I think I got some estrogen. Look at that estrogen, where did it come from? Estrogen is known as a female growth hormone. It causes cancer cells in breast tissues, both men and women. They've studied it. 75% of men and women that have breast cancer have too much estrogen. It feeds the cancer cells. And no one's gonna tell you that. It's not gonna say right on the container, hey, this could potentially do that to you. And then we drink it, and we believe it's coming from great sources of water, which most of it's reverse osmosis water. Put minerals into it. This one here, Essentia, this is very expensive. And it's all just baking soda. Baking soda in your tap water that's been filtered. Purified, added baking soda. So then we drink it, and then what? Some of us recycle, most of us don't, but if you did, it's part of the problem because China used to buy our plastic that was used and recycle it, but they stopped doing that in 2018. So now all this plastic is going into our oceans, into our landfills. And now there's a huge garbage patch in the middle of the Pacific Ocean that's 3 sizes of the state of Texas, 3 feet deep. There will be more fish floating in our ocean right now. There's more fish, but soon here, year 2050, they expect to have more plastic than fish. That's a scary thought. And then they consume the plastic because they're eating it too. They think it's part of the food chain, and then we're eating the fish. So we're becoming a plastic planet. And every time we're buying bottled water, we're basically saying, hey, please, just keep this on the shelf. I'm gonna keep buying it. I'm gonna keep spending my hard-earned money on the plastic bottled water. You'd be better off just getting a filter in your home, right? You save yourself and save the planet from the plastic. So what we've done is we've decided, okay, we're gonna go ahead and help you achieve better health, 1 glass of water at a time, but getting rid of the plastic to help the environment. So if you don't do it for yourself, do it for me, do it for my children. I want a less footprint when I leave here. It's one of my main missions. So now we've eliminated the bottled water. We took all that money that you were spending and now you rent the product. So you're gonna get one of our rental units, which have gone through our 5-point inspection. We're gonna make sure that it's operating correctly for you, making hydrogen for you. It's probably a brand new unit actually. And if it's not, it's mostly almost new. So you're gonna get the unit. Now, the unit is gonna be sitting on top of the counter or you can mount it to the wall. And when you do that, we just wanna make sure you have a water supply line that's gonna hook up to our unit. So we're gonna ask that you take a picture of your sink area so we can get the right fittings for you. So we can hook it up on the side of the counter, we can hook up directly to the faucet. There's many different ways to hook it up. We wanna make sure we're doing that. Now it does have an internal filter. The internal filter is good for 6 months to a year, depending on how many are using it. And we're gonna make sure that you have a brand new filter when it comes, or slightly used when it comes. That way you don't have to take that expense on. And then every single month, just 150, 150, 150. And then once you need a new filter, if it's 6 months, we'll replace the filter for you. You didn't even pay for the filter. We'll just ship it to you in 6 months, or if it's gone through a cycle earlier than normal, 6 months, let's say you're going through so much water giving out to everybody, you're gonna go through it earlier, then you're gonna have to pay for it if it's not been 6 months. But the filters are literally $69. It's not that big a deal. Now we do offer a pre-filter to this system. Highly recommend it. It's not mandatory for this because it does, it's very, very heavy when we're shipping it, and if you have to ship it back, it's gonna cost a lot in shipping. So if you do want that, we ask that you purchase the filter, pre-filter that goes with this. And that way, hey, if you didn't want the hydrogen water for some reason, you can still have filtered water. So we can finance that for you, or we can add it right to it, and then you can have that as well. So one more point I want to make here is if you are out there and you're wanting to help people, if you enjoy people, you have family members, you love them, you want them to stay here longer on earth with us, then you want to help them. And so when you start to drink it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be like, oh, come over and drink some water too. And so we can get you some water containers to go with it and make sure you're giving those out to people. And now they're going to probably want it too. So either they can buy it, they can rent it, and we have a financing program too. So if they're going to rent it just like you, our affiliates get 20% upfront and then 10% tiered down. So now if you've got $150 that you're spending, and then your friend and Ted and Jim and Jan, you've got 10 other people renting it too, every single time that they make a payment, you're going to receive a payment as well at 20%. So now you have a residual income aspect to this. So it's a win-win for everybody. No one's going to give you a residual income from buying bottled water from the shelf. I'm sorry, they're not. And so you get to save the planet, you get to stop buying bottled water, you get to help your friends and your family, you get to have an investment, so you can actually write it off as a tax deduction because now you have an in-home based business. When you have a business in your home, you now write off square footage of your home, your vehicle becomes a tax deduction, you can write off some of your meals and entertainment. I mean, you can go on and on about that alone. If you're not in business, you're spending way too much in taxes because you're an employee and you're being taxed at the highest tax rate there is. So own a business, become an affiliate, and then you can have that aspect of the business as well. All right, so I want to let you know that it's out there. All you have to do is just click the link below. There'll be a form you're going to fill out. We'll get all the information, and then we'll get your picture of your sink so we can look at it internally and make sure that we provide the right fittings for you. We'll ship it off, and then if you need help hooking that up, just let us know. Be right here for you. It's a month to month. There's no contract of just month to month. If you don't pay, well then, we're coming after you. Just kidding. But we do have a process in place that if you don't pay, it's not going to be good for you. So make sure you're paying, otherwise you're going to have to send it back. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video and take me up on the offer. If you want to have better water in your body, especially with all the contamination we're hearing in the news right now about all the discovered PFAS. It's been in our water for 14 years, but now people are getting sick. So yeah, do what's best for you, do what's best for your family. And until we see you in the next video, be happy, be healthy, and be free.